and welcome back to another episode of Manc Pod. How have you been? What have you been up to?
Very good,
What's
thanks. Very good. You look very summery today. I feel like we have come. Normally, I feel like naturally we just become in sync.
Yeah.
You know, so if
the same colours,
colour
schemes,
yeah, or we'll do total opposite and be like black and white,
Yeah,
but it'll
yeah.
still go.
Yeah.
Today it's different. You've
Vibes.
come summer vibes.
Versa.
I've come.
I'm normally in gym gear,
which.
And then you're in gym gear because you're normally like casual clothes rather than gym wear.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no, I feel like I'm channeling my inner Miss Honey. I feel like I should be in like Matilda or something.
Yeah. You're bringing spring, and we love that.
I know. Well,
spring is
springing. Although today it's not so good.
Not so good.
A bit chilly.
Yeah, it's turned a little bit, but it's fine. It's fine.
Trying to bring some light colours out of my wardrobe instead of wearing black every day.
Yeah, and those dark winter colours.
Yeah.
It's nice. I have just been working, walking, eating healthy. You know, it's the same week in, week out. It's very routine, probably like the rest of the world or most people that listen to this. So you're not alone. We're all routine together. But
packing. Got yourself a suitcase.
Suitcase is sorted. I mean, right now I'll be well into my Dublin trip
by the time everyone listens to this.
So
we are recording this on Monday. However, Gracie is going to Ireland tomorrow, which is Tuesday, and you're going to listen to this on the Monday after. So you're actually only a week behind.
And I feel like maybe I'm 2 weeks behind because we pre-recorded last week too. So last week will be next week, and I'll have done a week.
Oh yes,
this one will be middle.
2 weeks.
So
we
can just.
Oh, that was not. Yeah. Oh, that was all live.
But yeah, obviously this is pre-recorded because I'm in Ireland right now.
Yeah.
So
and I'm supposedly
in London.
So which is or isn't happening by the time
it is happening. We're manifesting this.
We're manifesting this.
But over the weekend, me and Jamie went to a place called Poulton Le Fylde.
I've heard of it.
Really nice. So it's on the way to like Blackpool. It's that way.
Blackpool, yeah.
Really sweet. It's a little town, and we just get the train there because you can just get it direct from our local station, Leyland. Yeah, you get off the train and the bars are there, so I can wear heels
straight in there.
We're straight across the road is the first bar, and then they literally bounce.
Oh, really?
Across
like
the
a bar
road,
crawl?
Just a little bar crawl.
Cute.
On the street. So we on the way back, we were like,
let's call him.
Well, yeah, but I was like, we went into one bar and we had 2 minutes if we wanted to make the train, and it was quite busy, so we were like, should we just run for the train? And we made it with 2 minutes to spare. So that's how local it is.
Yeah.
And I just think as a girl, when you want to go out, sometimes if we get the train somewhere to then get to where we want to go, it's a walk.
Yeah.
And you don't want to get an Uber.
But you come out the station, it's all there. It's the high street straight away.
Really, really nice. And they have some gorgeous bars that serve beautiful cocktails.
Oh, lovely.
Now, I'm not a wino yet. I'm hoping to get there, as a grown woman. But
crisp rosé.
I don't know the difference. They all just taste the same to me.
Yeah.
Other than a dessert wine, I do like a dessert wine.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't drink a whole bottle of that.
No.
It's so sweet. You meant to just have it as dessert or with. But I am a cocktail girl.
So what did you go there for? Did you go there for a bar crawl?
Food.
So did you take Rosie?
No,
you just went as a little date day.
Just a little
very
date
cute,
really nice. There's a gorgeous restaurant there called Got You.
Yeah,
and it's like Japanesey Thai type things.
Ooh.
And it's like tapas style.
Nice.
Oh, and they had a chip bounty. So a bao bun.
A bao bun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everything's just delicious. It's not cheap.
That sounds lush.
Yeah, but we wanted a nice little date night before I go away. I'm away, whatever. Yeah. So it was really nice. But what I wanted to quickly talk about is cocktails. So for me, I can really tell the difference between a good cocktail and a shit cocktail. Yeah. Now, back in the day, when I was, in my early 20s, late teens, I wouldn't have cared. Like, I wouldn't have exactly a
straight out of a carton. They give it a bit of a shake and then it's back in your glass, isn't it?
On draft, when it's like rubbish alcohol.
It's all mass made, isn't it?
Yeah, but I wouldn't have known a good porn star from a bad porn star. Porn star was a porn star.
As long as you're drunk and on the floor, that's all that matters.
Exactly. Whereas now, the foam has to be a certain thickness for me to like the cocktail. Yeah. So if I'm having a porn star martini or an espresso or something along those lines,
when you try it and you know exactly what.
But I can look at it and know whether that's going to be good or bad.
Oh, okay.
But the ones in Poulton, stunning.
Oh, really?
Absolutely gorgeous.
I can imagine they're quite classy.
They are.
Yeah.
I had this lemon meringue one, and it was they literally squoze lemons into it, like the lemon juice was, and you saw them do it, and the foam on top was egg white.
Not sickly.
No, just stunning, absolutely gorgeous. And I was like, this is how I expect a cocktail to be. If I'm spending £11-12 on a cocktail,
you want it to be purely
I want it to be
fresh,
delicious. And then the
There's
next
a lot
day
of money in it nowadays to go out for drinks. If you go on some cocktails, it is expensive.
We spent £200 on a couple of cocktails and some food in Polton. You know, it's for us. You could go away for that. The other month you went to where? Bermuda? No,
Bermuda.
Where did you go with Charlie? Not Benidorm.
Lisbon.
Belgium.
Oh, Brussels.
Brussels. I knew it began with a B.
I was like, where have I been?
But
the other week, so we went to Brussels. Do you know what? It was actually Lisbon that had the most strongest cocktails.
Did they?
We went to this little tiny bar. Yeah, we just came up. We got it recommended. I can't remember what it was called now, but it was literally just off the high street. And I asked for a whiskey sour. So I thought a whiskey sour was a little bit like an amaretto sour in terms of like it's a small glass drink, loads of ice, your whiskey, and then whatever like lemon juice, whatever else is in there. However, no, whiskey sour was a straight whiskey with lime juice squeezed in it, and it was a dribble, and it must have cost about £17. And I'm not joking. It was the worst drink ever. I had to order a Diet Coke just to pour into it, because then at least it's a whiskey. Because I love whiskey.
Yeah,
whiskey and Coke is like gorge, but that was for me. I was like, no, and it was so expensive. Like we stayed there for one drink, and then we had to move because it was just like £17 a drink. No,
absolutely not.
But it was all freshly made. It was all pure. It was all you could tell that it was like a
good whiskey,
independent brands. It wasn't like I don't know what they're called,
just like your franchisee,
your
chain.
Not like you like your everyday type of brands. It was like fresh. But and it was lovely, but it was just very strong, so we got very drunk very quick.
Well, the thing is,
you'll need like 2 cocktails and it'll be on your back.
This is it. Whereas you can go other places,
dancing on tables,
£7 a cocktail, but you need 10 of them. So actually, would you have been saving money had you stayed there upstairs for thinking?
Probably, yeah. I mean, we literally had a couple of drinks each, and then we left after that.
Yeah, I mean, what I find about a good cocktail is the next day you're never ever as rough, because it's good alcohol.
Yeah, but I think if you mix your drinks, it's not so much. But sounds like you had a good weekend though.
I had a really nice weekend. What did you do?
So my friend is getting married, so we had wedding rehearsals this weekend. I had bridesmaid duties. We were making up the wedding favours and getting flip-flops all packaged up and stuff. Just little bits and bats, doing stationery. So that was all lovely and really, really nice. It was just nice because I think like life gets so busy to spend some quality time with your friend, like just one-on-one. I think it's just really, because you always do stuff as groups, and I think sometimes it can always get like, because everyone's trying to catch up, aren't they, and talk over each other, and if there's so many of you at the same time, we say this all the time, don't we? Whereas it's just nice to have those little breakouts every now and again. But it was lovely. It was such a lovely weekend. It was really wholesome. Went for some food, and just went for a nice walk.
Where did you go for food?
There's a place literally around the corner from the church, so after the rehearsal, we just went round there, because I feel like we're probably going to spend a lot of time around there that whole weekend that she's getting married. Because we're going to go for like nice walks and stuff, which will be good.
You go into the Aspinall Arms, and I don't know whether we've spoke about it on the pod before, but it's in my opinion, one of the nicest pubs in the Northwest. In terms of, if you've got a sunny day, they have so many benches outside, so it's really nice. I feel like when you go to a pub, normally if the sun's shining, all the outside benches are taken, so you can't get outside. Whereas with this, because there's so many of them, generally you can find a nice place to sit, and you can take dogs. The food's really good, the drinks are good, really nice. It's near Worley, so if you ever fancy heading out that way, can have a little wander around Worley and then drive over to the Aspinall Arms. It's a good one.
I'm so excited. The weekend is jam-packed, and it's only a few weeks away, so we're so excited. But it's so good.
Have you got your outfit? Oh no, you're a bridesmaid, aren't you?
Yeah, bridesmaid. So we had, that was it. We had bridesmaid fitting, like the dress and stuff, like just learning how to tie it all and stuff. It's one of those dresses that you can tie 27 different ways. Also, I find it really difficult. I don't know if this is like everyone struggles with this, but finding a stick-on bra that sticks. I'm not talking like licking and putting it on. I'm talking like one that just literally does not budge all day long, because I find that I've tried so many, and the minute you get a bit hot, bump off.
Yeah.
You can dry yourself out with talc all you want, hun, but it ain't sticking.
Yeah.
And I can't deal without a bra in terms of like, I don't have much of a bust anyway, but I feel like in terms of like, I can't stand nips. Having your nips out and stuff, for me personally, I just don't like it. Yeah.
I do love a nip.
And especially on a bridesmaid dress. You do not want a nip on a bridesmaid dress.
No way.
So I was like trying to find ones that were like comfortable, had enough stick, and were in the right shape for the dress.
Have you got any?
I've managed to get one in the end. I got it from Boomba.
Oh, right.
And Boomba is like a brand that make the bras, and they do so many different kinds, so many different shades of like different colours and whatever. So it's like suits every skin tone, and they are quite heavily adhesive, which is quite good. And I got that from Club L London, but they do have their own website.
Great.
So winner.
That's good to know.
I'm not actually worn it. I've kept the sticky thing on just to make sure it's new. So I'm going to stick it on the day, but I'll give you my reviews once I've done it.
Give us your reviews, because for Liv's wedding, me and one of the other bridesmaids wore perky pairs.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I absolutely rate them.
Yeah.
I think for what they do, your boobs are not moving.
No.
They stick.
They cradle them boobs.
Yeah, and what's so good about them is that they need the heat.
Yeah.
So the warmer you get, the more they stick.
Yeah.
So you're never going to be in a position with a perky pair where your boobs fall out or they fall off. However, you have to have practice. So obviously with a lot of things, you wouldn't even think, oh, I'll just read the small print. Well, we don't here. Apparently in Ireland, they read all the small print, but here we don't read the small print. And on a perky pair, it says that you need to have some practice. So wear them for 4 hours first.
Yeah.
And then, a week later, put them on for 6 hours. Then a few weeks later,
work your way up.
Work your way up.
Oh, okay.
So it says to do that. However, me and Liv's other bridesmaid, we didn't read this, so we just put them on. And if you've got a smaller boob, it's not too bad because they're not carrying as much.
Strapping the weight.
Yeah.
In. Yeah.
But if you have a bigger boob, you're gonna
get shredded.
Basically, you get shredded with blisters.
It's the tugging. So I feel like it's obviously when you're cupping the boob and you're hiking it up so it stays in position. It's the pulling, like of the tape.
But if you imagine a bra, you have a whole strap and the back. You have everything to support
it, whereas you don't have that with a tape.
It's literally just a sticker.
So it is going to burn.
Yeah, so that is a tip. If you ever do get a perky pair,
don't stretch
just be careful. Especially if you've got a bigger boob, just be careful. Have a bit of practice because they absolutely do the job. But our friend, bless her, was covered the next day.
And
in blisters.
Think as well, a couple of the girls were on the sunbeds. Obviously, do not recommend going on the sunbeds, but a couple of them did go on the sunbed beforehand as well. And I think that just made their skin a little bit more sensitive. So I think the combination of them, never been used, never tried and tested, then the sunbed, obviously the warmth and the heat, and obviously just still having like fresh, sensitive skin, definitely help. So I think a combination of it all. But yeah, soon as I get a report, because I'm gonna get some tape just in case.
Good idea.
As a backup, I'll give my review so that you can get it, because hun, it's summer. Like, we're gonna be wearing backless dresses, backless tops. You don't want to have to worry about wearing a bra the whole summer. Like, it gets too hot, gets too sweaty. It's not the one.
Definitely.
So trying to find the perfect one, we'll be on it.
Let us know. Also, nippies. I told you about these. These are really good. You get them from H&M, and they are like a nipple cover, but bigger.
Yeah.
So they
don't leave those little daisy marks.
Yeah.
So when you're wearing a tight vest or top, it's not like you've got like nips the size of like UFOs.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. Nobody needs burger nips.
No one
Jesus
needs
Christ.
burger nips. But yeah,
that's fucking Space Invaders. But all she wanted to go out in a tank top, and you've got Space Invaders on each side
with frills.
However, if you Kim Kardashian, you can probably rock it.
I mean, she's got out a bra with it.
I know, not the one.
Well, but these nippies, so they're not as big as like a perky pair, but they go around your boob.
Yeah.
And then they have like an extra lift thing, so you lift them up,
hoist them up,
and then you stick it.
Yeah.
And I have never had any blisters or anything with them.
Okay.
So they're about £10 in H&M.
Do you know what? At this point, might just get the whole lot. Why not? Because at least then, I'd rather do that and then just trial and obviously trial and error on the day. I know it's not the best, but like if I wear something for the church, say, and get the photos done, and then say after that I can whisk it off and then just put tape on, I'll be happy with that.
I wish that for your wedding, I'd had a few practice runs because I'd never used a perky pair before, and had you had a bit of practice, you would have known where to move your boob and pull it up. Whereas with these nippies, I know exactly where to position them on my boob to make them
it look
do the best.
The right way,
So try over the next couple of weeks to just give a few things a go. Yeah.
So if you see me with my tatas in a nice little tight tank top, that's why.
Get the tatas out, honey.
Get the tatas out. Yes. So speaking of trends, how we look and all that jazz, have you seen the Barbie box doll thing? AI. Have you done it yet?
Yes. And it should not be shared with the world.
Oh my God. So my first one, I use ChatGPT. So everyone's sharing these AI Barbie doll boxes, and you basically share a picture and you say, please say to ChatGPT, please can you make me a doll that looks like that resembles the picture, that is approximately this height, this colour hair, obviously describe yourself basically, with these accessories, wearing this outfit, and then theoretically it goes and spits out an image.
Yeah.
I was so ugly on my first one. I cannot. I don't know what app these people are using. They're definitely not using ChatGPT.
They've got to be paying.
They're not using that. They've got to be paying for an app, because it should be illegal.
I agree.
I looked like I had my face reconfigured. My hair wasn't the right colour. I was like, I mean, it's enough to give anyone body dysmorphia, let me tell you.
Oh my God, 100% agree. The first one that came out gave me a complex to a point where I thought I need to book in with a therapist.
I was like,
to discuss this.
I cannot possibly look like that, because if I do, I need a lot of surgery to correct it.
My first one, honest to God, if I'd sent that to people, they would have thought I'm 80 years old.
Oh my God.
I had literal wrinkles. I filled the whole box. I did
look about 49.
It was so bad.
I know that sounds very specific, but I genuinely looked like someone's mother.
Horrible.
As in 49.
Horrid.
Mother.
Horrid. Horrid.
Yeah.
But we have seen some gorgeous ones. It seems that everyone else sends them over and they're stunning.
So if you do know, if this is an app and we're not aware of it and it's free, let us know, because I definitely want a retrial, because that is not okay.
Same. I actually think ChatGPT owes us an apology.
Yeah, 100%. A public apology.
A public.
However,
announcement.
Something else I have been using ChatGPT for recently. So there's a TikTok trend as well.
Right.
And it's basically where you take a picture of your garden, you post it to ChatGPT, and you say, please, can you design my garden? It is this width, this length, and you want to have like planters in it, you want a pergola, you want garden furniture, you want night lighting or whatever it is, and then spits an image out. Oh my God, I've done some of my front garden and my back garden.
Amazing.
It looks amazing. And so I just now need to find the funds to pay for the said garden.
That was my next question. Like, how are we affording this?
So I should respond to ChatGPT and say, thank you so much for the drawings. However, how do I now make the money for this?
Or can you, where can I find this for £10?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. That is such a good idea. I honestly think, I mean,
there's so much you can do with it now.
Yeah, but you just don't, you only know what you know, don't you?
Yeah.
And I think that is one of the hardest things, because I don't know what to ask it or how to do that. But I have friends and they like literally have nights of conversations with ChatGPT, learning new stuff and things like that. I am here for it. However,
it's scary. It's so scary.
It is.
That's taking someone's job. Someone is literally somewhere out there designing gardens for a living, and that's been taken by ChatGPT.
Yeah. Well, listen, our listeners don't like this chat about ChatGPT, because we got one post on TikTok saying, when I posted a clip about us talking about ChatGPT, got someone saying riveting.
Riveting.
Yeah.
Well, do you know what? When you're at your back window, your bedroom window, taking a picture of your garden, reconstructing it, you'll know why.
Yeah, then you'll
it from here.
You'll be coming back going, this is actually riveting.
You're welcome. But yeah, so there were two things I found out this week. So I just thought I'd give everyone the info.
That is so clever.
Yeah.
If you plan your garden using ChatGPT, that's definitely something I'm going to do, because
100%.
we've obviously got the garden room, as I've speak about every single week. But there's still a bit of garden, and we've still got.
Take a picture of the back of the house. Take a picture of the front of the house. Just literally as wide as you possibly can, and send it. And I'm telling you now, it's brilliant.
Will you send me or us?
Yes, collectively what the ideas are.
What the ideas was that they gave for your garden.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're not perfect.
No, but
like I am changing a few things on it, but it gives you an idea of roughly what the potential that it has, which is good.
I guess you could do that with
all the rest of my house now.
I was going to say, I guess you could do that with all
living
the rooms in your house.
Kitchen,
like,
bedroom.
I want to turn this into an office.
Yeah.
I like neutral tones.
Yes.
I want this. Do it. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. I feel like I'm honestly learning so much, and how we can like move and progress and adapt with AI. It's going to
improve everybody. I do feel like I'm pro it in certain aspects, but it's very scary in others. Obviously, if it's taking people's jobs, it's not very nice, and I really disagree with that. I'm not sure how it works. I'm very naive to it. I agree, but it is interesting and it is very good. Like if you're just playing around and it's just casual, it's not nothing serious.
I don't know if you've watched it yet, but there's a new series of Black Mirror on Netflix.
No, my friend worked on that. Yeah, it's amazing.
So good. So there's 7 series now of Black Mirror, and every episode is different, which for us and our generations, it's great because we get
scary
bored.
Though, because I feel like sometimes it hits it too close to home.
Firstly, what I think is crazy is who has these ideas, because some of the episodes you think, wow, like who has managed to think that far in advance, or whose mind is working to think of that idea that someone could be that clever to know how to do this with computers to literally change circumstances.
It only takes a little tiny seed to grow. So I think and I think it all comes from like conversation and environment and what your interests are. Like obviously some writers are interested in politics, some of them are interested in like, I don't know, traveling, some of them are interested in, so it depends what their what their niche is.
I know, but with a series normally you've got 6 to 8 episodes, let's say, and it's a story. It takes whereas with this, every single episode is a story in itself. So
they're like one isolated.
So the person who maybe developed episode 1 might have not had the idea for episode 2. So have they had different development teams develop each episode, or is it the same team? Is it the same people? I'm so intrigued.
It would have been, there'd be like a series arch. Yeah. But it'd be like individual characters. Yeah. Is that what you mean?
No, like it's completely different.
Every episode is different.
Yes.
Every series is different.
No, every episode.
Oh,
every single series is different. So you might have one that's about AI. Yeah. You might have one that's about domestic abuse.
It's mad to think of that many ideas.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, it's
that's what I mean. Is it the same development team?
Yeah, it would be.
Is it a different development
team? It's got to be, yeah. Because then they could be like, oh, sorry, we know we've done that before, we can't have that. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Because if you do 7 series, you'd be like, surely be running out of ideas.
Yeah, it's brilliant though. Absolutely brilliant. If you want something, it's not necessarily feel good, but you do think, wow, this is crazy.
I know.
It's mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But get it on the watch list, guys.
Get it on the watch list. Yeah. So we're taking a little turn because obviously, as you know, we like our health, we like our fitness. Yeah. We talk about this quite regularly on the pod. But what I do find shocking is that it's much younger these days that people are getting into the health and fitness.
Skincare, all that stuff, yeah.
Like back in the day.
Everyone's about looking after themselves now, which is such a good thing. Because I think back in the day, obviously, we used to like get a bottle of booze and just sit on the park bench, do you know what I mean? Whereas they don't do that nowadays as much.
No, so I feel like we can use my brother as a prime example.
Yeah.
And he is 16 years old and he is in the gym for 2 hours a day, almost every day of the week. He will run to the gym, walk home. He will then be in the gym and he's got his, I'm doing upper body today, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Literally, Liv, a year or 2 ago, he would have come round for the weekend and I would have been like, do you want to get anything from the shops? Oh, yeah, let's go. Let's get some sweets. Cool. Yeah, fine. He would eat, Yorkshire puddings and gravy on the regular with some chicken. Whereas now, we went to the shop and we're like, what do you want? And he's like, just some chicken breasts. And that's what he'll have for his tea, 2 chicken breasts with some rice. And he's completely changed. He's 16 years old. You should see his muscles. For the first time the other day, I had to say to him, can you open my Stanley? Because I couldn't. And he's 16 years old.
That's so
When
funny.
I was 16 years old, no one was asking me to open their Stanley. I was drinking Wickeds in my friend's bedroom, spinning around, trying to get drunk.
I know.
Drawing Playboy bunnies
literally,
on the walls.
Literally.
I just can't believe how different
It's
life is now.
Yeah, it definitely.
Which, do you know what? When I think about it, it's so good for them. Like, I'm actually so happy because, yes, okay, maybe they're not making the same like daft mistakes and, you know,
yeah.
But do they need to make that? Probably not. If we at 16 were that into health, imagine our insides and our bodies now.
I know.
I feel like we only started to undo the damage when I hit 30.
But the thing is, though, that's all well and good. Well, the thing is, I was really healthy, and then I discovered driving, and then I discovered McDonald's,
and Starbucks,
and then I discovered drinking. So actually, let him just do his thing, because when he's 17, 18, 19, 20, 21,
it's going to be turning round.
Well, you're going to want to go out, you're going to have a few bevs, you're going to enjoy times with your mates, you can go to your barbecues, you're going to have events, you know what I mean? Like, you're not, like, I was super healthy in high school, like, I had loads of, I was very outdoorsy in activity, but then actually when I started driving, I discovered McDonald's, and discovered drinking, and discovered like going out with my mates and stuff. So I soon and obviously when you go to college and stuff,
uni and stuff. I think uni's the big. Neither of us went to uni, but I
freshers.
think. I mean, even for us though. We didn't go to uni, but we went straight into work at 16, 17 years old, full time as a grown up.
Just different, very different.
But you're still going to the pub after work, aren't you? And going for nice meals and stuff like that.
But you're not like hammering it as much. I mean, I did. I definitely did.
Same,
I went out like six times a week.
Same.
But now it's all like wellness and health. And like me personally, I've always been very interested in a wellness retreat. I have always been tempted by, these people that go away for like a week and they do like yoga and they do gym workouts and they go on juices and they have like a private chef and they have like a week away basically in the sunshine. I feel like the sunshine just makes you want to be healthy anyway.
I agree.
For starters. 2, I feel like if everyone's doing it, then you'll definitely get into it.
Yeah.
And I think it'll just be enough to kickstart like a clean slate, cutting down that 1 week, and it'll boost you again then to get back into it. So yeah, I have been tempted, but obviously they're always expensive, aren't they?
Really?
And if it's between that and then
a normal boozy half
with your other half or whatever, you're obviously going to go for the
I
boozy one.
totally agree. One of the girls that does classes at my gym, her and her mum do these wellness retreats, and they do them in Turkey and Portugal every year. They're always jetting off.
Yeah.
And they look so good.
Do they?
So good. And they have the juice ones, they have ones where all the meals are prepared. And so if you stick to that, you'll be good. But you are allowed out. So, in an evening, if you wanted to go for a meal,
are they quite active around that?
Yeah. Though? So then in the morning, you get up, you have meditation for an hour.
No, I mean when they're not on holiday.
Active. They do classes. Yeah. So what I was going to say, in addition to that, is one of the girls has just opened a Reformer Pilates studio here.
Amazing.
So I was thinking we could do that, and we could, because I'd love to try Reformer. I think I'll fall off.
Yes.
But I think it'd be really fun for us.
I definitely want to try it. So they scrapped, this is like rant incoming, but basically my gym that I go to had really good classes. I loved going to my gym. I went religiously. However, they scrapped it all, replaced it with Reformer Pilates beds.
Oh, really?
And basically was like first come, first serve, and I'm 35 on the waiting list. And I was like, this is ridiculous. So I feel like Reformer looks like it's brilliant. It'll work you out. Obviously, I can imagine it's amazing for your body and amazing for the workout. Yeah. However, it's just a fad. I feel like everyone's doing it at the moment, and I feel like it's like Barry's, isn't it? Like everyone was doing Barry's for a little while, and now it's like
I know, but people still do Barry's. Barry still makes a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm not saying it wouldn't, but like it's like one of those things. Like it's like I don't know, what do you call it?
Like, no, I know what you mean. It's just everyone's into it. You can wear your cute black. It's like Bikram
but also
yoga.
like it's not the only sport in the world.
No.
Like, why are the rest of the classes all cancelled?
I know, that's so weird.
Because they've used the actual rooms,
space.
The rooms, yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame, but also that it
definitely want to try it.
It costs a lot though. Like you can go to a normal class, a HIIT class or a sculpting class, and it'll cost you £5, something like that, £6. A reformer Pilates class, you're looking at £15-16 because those beds cost an absolute fortune. So
I do like a one-to-one session though, just to get me into it. I'd love to do like a one-to-one and then just sort of see how it is.
I think I'd rather be a group at the back, because if I make a tat out myself, no one's just looking at me. Whereas if I do one-to-one, it's very much.
Well, I don't want people looking at me when I'm doing it.
But if people are looking at you, it's weird. Why are you looking at someone else whilst you're trying to work out? Whilst I'm balancing,
I mean, I've done yoga before, and that was terrible. Like, everyone was like bending it like a pretzel, and I'm like, I'm stuck. I'm like this. I'm like, I can't move my arms, my legs. I'm all tangled. I don't know what I'm doing.
And when they get in, you know that one in yoga where you cross your legs and then you use your hands to lift your whole body up?
Oh my God, no.
Who can do that?
No.
I cannot do that.
But I think as well, like, not many women, just genetically, I think, can do naturally pull-ups. I definitely can't. Even when I was at my skinniest, I couldn't.
I can't.
I just can't do it.
But we've got to pull up a massive ass.
Big ass, yeah.
Like, no. But men don't have to do that. They've got all the muscles. I
feel like they've got more muscles in their backs and shoulders than we have.
And I don't want that for me. I don't want a big
I love a back dip. I'm an absolute sucker for a back dip.
No.
Yeah, love it.
I like a soft body with a few little, like, a little pop of a muscle here, a pop there, but
a dimple here and there.
Yeah, but big muscles just not for me. But you listen, if you've got big muscles, go you. I'm sure if I had big muscles, I'd be like, yeah, check me out.
Sexy.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd definitely do a retreat. But like you say, they are a lot of money. But I think we could do it, you know, if we got a little 4 of us together.
Yeah, I'm definitely keen. I'm keen to do it.
Stay in at your own little apartment.
Just need to find a new one. Maybe ask your friend for some good ones and we'll look at it.
Well, we could go to one of theirs because it sounds gorgeous and all the food's provided, all the juices. Nice. You come back and you've lost half stone or something in like 5 days.
That'd be goals.
Winner, yeah.
Maybe we should do that before Ibiza.
Yeah, no. We need just another £3,000 to drop.
Literally.
Oh my word, I've got the busiest summer coming up.
I know.
So
but it's so much to look forward to, isn't it?
So much.
I feel like we've been in like a big cloud for the past few months and now it's lifted, got lots of plans, lots to be excited about. It's going to be the best year.
Yeah. We just need money. I just need money. Like, honestly, I know we talk about it all the time, but I'm genuinely considering selling my feet pics.
Do it.
I've just had my toes done, so
yeah.
Boys,
you catch it on Instagram, please share. Gotta earn some money.
Gotta earn.
For Barbados.
For the Cotswolds, for Ibiza, for hen and stag do's.
Yeah,
it's all
of it.
Do you know what? I would literally not have it any other way.
Yeah.
If I had no plans, I'd
money comes back, memories last forever.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah. Gotta keep making 100%. These memories. Right, I think we should wrap it up there for today. Thanks so much for listening, everyone. We've still got our competition running, so make sure you check it out on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok and make sure you listen to us and get all your latest steps on Spotify or YouTube. And we will see you next week. Bye. Bye.